Hey crafters, welcome to the DM's Craft. Scotty here. Today we're going to do some windows, and I did this technique a little ways back on a haul that I made, and I wanted to kind of update the technique a bit. This technique could be used for modern day windows as well as the medieval type windows that we're doing today. But so let's go to the table and I'll show you how I made those. Alright, so I've taken a piece of paper, white paper, and measured 1/4 inch, and I'm going to break this into sections. So I'm going to use my permanent marker and mark it in 1-inch sections, and these will be the window panes for the windows. So now I'm going to use a light blue, okay, and I'm going to wet that down quite a bit, and I'm going to wash the bottoms of each window just a little bit. So that'll give it a little bit of shading, so that'll make it nice. It won't just be bright white, it'll have a little bit of color on it also, okay. Now you can see I didn't cover up each section, I just kind of hit the bottom there, okay? I just kind of pulled it over. So let that dry. Now I've got some thin cardstock, and I'm going to measure 3/8 of an inch. This will be the window sill itself, so I'll just cut this out. And now I have my piece of white paper, so I just need to attach it. So I'm going to glue the back of that with just some white glue. And just line it up in the center there. So, and you can scoot it around a little bit with the white glue. I got it in the center, so it's all set. I'll just let that dry. Now I want to use my permanent marker and do some cross hatching on these windows, and that'll give it that medieval kind of lead glass look with the diamond windows, and that's a nice effect. For modern windows, you can leave that out. So I've finished it up. I've done all the windows. And I'll just cut those into sections. Some are going to be 2-inch sections, some are going to be 1 inch. Now to do the glass on the window, I'm going to just use this report holder, okay? And I've marked 1/4 inch for the window glass as well, because it'll match the glass in the window, or the paper in the window. So there we go. I've got my strip, and now that's ready to go. So there we go. Couldn't be easier. So now I need to do the edging for the window. So I'm going to do 1/8 of an inch, and I'll just measure on my thin cardstock here, and just cut that out, and all set. So now I've got my window. It's glued to the backing, and I'm going to use my 1/8 of an inch piece, and I'll start going around the edge of it. Okay. But first I need to put the glass on, so I'm going to cut that plastic sheet that I cut, and I put a bit of glue on the window and press it on there. Now I wouldn't trust the glue to hold this totally, but I'm going to put the edging around the edge, and that'll keep it in place. Also, the glue will disappear when it dries, so that's nice. There we go, get that edging. Now I'm going to put each going across there, covering each side. And I did a little longer than I needed to, but I'll just trim that. So there we go. So I've got my pieces. I've got a 2-inch window, which is 2 panes, and then a 1-inch window, which is 1 pane. And I'll just cut that extra edging off. There we go. Now I need to paint it, so I'm going to use a burnt umber and just start edging the pieces. Now don't worry too much if you get it on the plastic. You don't want to do that, but if you do, you can always wipe it off. It's just plastic, so it's really easy to wipe the paint off if you made a boo-boo. And there we go. That's all dry now. So I'm going to use a coffee and just kind of paint a little bit on the edge to give it some different color variation. And now I need to figure out where I want to put these windows on my tile. This is my tavern tile, so I'm going to measure between each section, the middle of each section, and then on the back I'm going to not measure each section, but I'll put a few spaces where I want to have the windows. Okay, so now I've got my places marked on the tile. And now it's time to apply the windows. So I have my window set here. So I'll start putting some hot glue and just put it in the center where that dot is, so that where the line of the center of the window is would be where the dot is. Okay, so easy, easy, easy. And on the back side, I'll just put those single windows, cover up the dots, and it's good to go. Got my tavern all set. See, those look really nice. The plastic really gives a nice reflective glass look to these windows. So I really like that. Here's my tavern in all its glory. You can see all the windows down here on the edges. And that's a great little detail to add to these 2.5D tiles. And here, let's enter the inn ourselves. So we'll come in through the door. Come on in. See all the serving wench and our party pigging out at the table. And move over here to the window. It's really nice. That the plastic gives a nice reflective surface. Looks like a really great window there. Hey gamers, I hope you enjoyed the vid. Those of you not familiar with the 2.5 technique is a technique I came up with to help incorporate play much easier onto tiles that have simulated walls. And these windows fit right into that scheme of just making it easy to play on the tile, while still showing where the window would be. So I hope you enjoyed the vid, and I'll see you next time. Make sure to go forth and craft!
Sometimes Roger would like to just stay by the window and watch all the girls go by.